and she is not going.
Okay.
So I have a room.
Well, then you have a roomie.
Coolio. Where did my, oh, there we go. Restream. Okay. And we are on YouTube and Twitch and Facebook. Hello, world. Hello, and welcome to the Story Ninja Dojo with very tired but still here because
I
we
made
show
her.
up on the mat, Allie Cross, that is me, and dealing with the ickies passed on by children is the ever faithful Ann Hunter.
Uh,
And we're here at the Story Ninja Dojo to talk writing shop, writing chops, and Keops.
I
Today we are talking about sprints. I don't know if that
because
means
why did we choose this topic, Allie? This week. For this week specifically.
oh. That's why I wanted to wear the hats.
Yes.
Because it is Kentucky Derby week, yo, and Anne writes horse racing stories. And last
You.
year,
We're both horse girls.
we
That's
are
why.
horse girls. Yes, we are both horse girls.
Don't
And
discount yourself because you were quite the accomplished
I was
jumper in
back
your day.
in the day. Um, but anyways, both totally love horses. And if Anne gets her way, maybe I'll write a horse book. I actually want to write a horse book just so that Anne and I can do some of the cool horse things she wants to do, um drive to Kentucky, or I don't even know. I know that she wants to go to the giant um convention for those horses,
Briarfest. Briarfest.
Briar
Briarfest is
Fest.
like Comic Con for horse nerds.
Yeah. So, anyway, that is why last year we had Anne's family and my family had a Kentucky Derby party at my house. And I made these, well, anyways, I made these, those headband things that we had as kids, like construction paper, and you like staple them at the back. And I put a horse racer on the front, thinking that we would all like color it the jersey of the colors of the horse we were cheering for. And only Anne got it. But we do have a picture
It
of,
was cute. Like, I really enjoyed that.
thank you. It was an odd day. My family, it was odd. My husband, we liked it. I don't know what, I don't know. So, but it was fun. And I think that we just don't know enough about horse racing to appreciate it as well as
That's the beauty,
and
though. You don't have to. You just have to like really fast things, bright colors, and horses.
woo. Um, so we're talking about sprinting because
It's
those little
Derby week,
things
y'all.
are sprinting. And we're going to talk about tools some more, I think.
Yay.
So this is the Anne show. We're going to talk a lot about things that Anne loves because she especially loves sprinting, and she
Oh,
does it a
I
lot more
have
than I do.
two tools. I have two tools in particular that are useful and may want to bookmark. Um, so first of all, Allie, what
Yes.
is a sprint? What is a sprint
Do you want
in
me
the
to answer
writing
that
world?
question?
Yeah.
Okay. A sprint is a timed word race, or sometimes people come and they participate and they're editing or whatever, but The traditional sprint is who can write the most words in the period of time. And usually it's fun to do it, easy to do it on Discord because you can have the Discord bot, like, I don't know how
Keep
people
track
do
for
that,
you.
but like set it up to
Yeah.
like it starts and stops. But I've been the timer in a lot of sprints, and so someone sets the timer for an agreed upon period of time, say 30 minutes, and during that time we don't talk to one another. We are heads down writing. And then we in an awesome sprint, you get to say like who won.
Yeah.
I like the winning part. Like I like that because that competition is good for me, but most of the ones I participate in that are casual, like just during the days on a day, are not really competitive. They're more just a way to keep you accountable that you really did sit and write and didn't get distracted on Facebook. Did I do a good
I
job?
prefer that one.
Yeah?
I'm not,
You like the
what?
laid back
I
one?
said I prefer that one, the latter one.
The laid back one.
Yeah. Like I'm not
Oh,
competitive when it comes to getting word counts. It stresses me out
oh,
because I'm very like I like to actually plan each word and have it sound right the first time.
oh.
Um,
So you're a
but
fancy
I'm
writer.
still like word vomiting in a way. Like I'll make it sound perfect when I do edits, but I'm very particular about how I say things on the page
That's so
because those are going to
different
be your
from how I
bones.
write. Because if I spend time being particular, I will lose interest too fast. And also really struggle to have ideas that way. Whereas when I put on my bass hunter music, my electronic dance music, very loud on headphones, and someone says, go, I love to like turn my keyboard into flame. I'm writing. And
Mhm.
for me, it's like I can have zero idea about what I'm going to write. And I will start with blah 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 whatever, and then I'm writing and the words are flying. And but I mean, I am, while I like to have my signposts in sight, like I know how many miles to the next stop or whatever. I really like to discover, to just, yeah,
I think that sums up our personalities too.
it probably does.
Because you're like, adventure, we're going on adventure. And I'm more like Charlie, like, oh crap, she took my kidney. Like, I'll go along. I'm the navigator. You drive.
Yeah, yeah, it's funny. I hadn't really thought about that. It'd be fun to do a poll and see, like, to see if it's personality related. I bet Becca Syme with the Better Faster Academy has some data on that because she's really good at, because it's our personality types that tend to dictate whether we're a discovery writer or a methodical writer. Um, so I mean, it makes sense that would that's your personality too. So
So one of the tools that sprinters can use, like I go into Slack with a group from the I Write network. It's mainly older ladies. We're all pretty chill. There's very little drama. And
is there any? I've
we
never seen any.
we write. Yeah, there's
Yeah,
like 4 or 5 of us, maybe
they're s-
6.
they're so
But every
kind.
day somebody's on.
Yeah. I do like
Um,
that every time you go there, there's someone there who's happy to write with you.
and then for Discord, I recommend the group Moms Who Write. They actually use the Writer Bot app, that tracks your word count and the sprints and stuff.
I'm gonna
Um,
share screens, perhaps.
yeah,
I'm opening
if
the
I had
Discord
my
one.
computer, I could do that.
Yeah. Um,
That's why
I'm
we need to
opening the
like set
Discord
mine
one one
up when
second.
we get together
And
next
is
month.
the Moms Who Write free?
Yeah,
Like,
it's actually they're actually a Facebook group. So if you ask them, if you join there and say, "Hey, I would really like the link to the Discord group," they'll hook you up.
they'll hook you up. Yeah, I might not be able to
So
get in.
one of the earliest tools that maybe a lot of people have heard of, it's called the Pomodoro method. And you can go online and type in Pomodoro timer, and it's actually like a website. I'm pretty sure it's like Pomodoro dot something. And you can set how many minutes you want to go for and what sound you want it to make when you hit. Like I like to hit angels, like singing.
Aw.
If I hit a word goal,
Okay, wait a second. I have to interject with a cute kid story
okay,
while I bring up the oh my gosh,
Pomodoro. I always
Pomodoro.
think of like spaghetti when I think of it.
Um, in primary, so that's like my Sunday school for children. Um, it was time to begin music practice, singing time. And so, everyone who is watching, because I know there's so many of you, this is, well, I guess, I don't know if it's the one. I thought it was. I clicked on it, but
Is it like Pomodoro dot something?
it's,
www.
no, that's why I thought it's
Oh,
pomofocus.io, this particular
yeah.
one.
You could just like Google Pomodoro
Yeah.
and it'll bring up
So, but
various
this is
timers.
what it's like, and you can add tasks if you want, like if you know, if you're editing and you want to say I'm going to do 5 pages or whatever. It's nice because let's see if it'll do it. Nope, it can't do it because of what I'm in, but you would start it and it just fills up your whole screen, right? Or at least your whole browser,
Uh-huh.
right? Is that what it does? I don't know.
Yeah. Well, it does whatever you need it to.
Okay. Um, so there's that.
So you're telling us about the children's group at
Oh,
church.
oh my gosh. Um, yeah, okay. So singing time is starting and I say, "Now we'll turn the time over to Brother Groves." And this little girl in class, red hair, and she is 5 years old. And she said, she did, ah,
Yeah.
like, ta-da. And I, that just was the happiest and best thing ever. And
Cute.
it was just so cute. Anyways, angels. Yes, we all need some angels sing. Cause oh, I responded by like, I wish somebody would do that every time they said my name, you know?
Yeah.
Um, of course, for the rest of the day, every time she saw me, she was like, oh, she's a cute little
That's
precocious girl.
awesome.
Yeah, she's fun.
Yeah,
Okay.
my daughter is at Taekwondo right now working with like the 3 to 5 year olds.
Aw, cute. They're
That's
so
what she's doing
fun.
right now.
They're
And
so
she
naughty. That's
loves
so
it.
fun.
She loves it, loves it.
But angels singing when you hit your word goal, man, that sounds like that sounds
Good
appropriate. I'd
good
take that.
motivator. Now, if you want to be more competitive, I recommend the site Write or Die.
Oh, yeah.
This timer is evil. I mean, it can be evil. So you can set it up how you want, but if you're competitive with yourself, if you don't write for a certain amount of time, which you set, it will delete your words, which is a big motivator. Just keep going forward. Just keep going forward.
Oh boy.
Don't let them take the word.
I even though I said I love to write really fast and go, 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 that is terrifying.
Yeah, ride or die
I
is great.
don't know.
I mean,
I
it
don't
gives
know
it
if I
like a
could do
kind of
that one.
fun aspect, like how fast can we write? But I kind of see it like the pyramid. Like you can have fast and good, or you could have cheap and fast, or you could have good and cheap. You can't have all of them.
Yeah. So, I realize as I'm writing these in, um, as I'm writing these into the chat, that does moms who write take boys,
I
dads,
don't know.
or not?
They're pretty woman focused,
Hmm.
so I'm sure you could find dads who write.
It'd be nice if you could. Okay. Any others?
Oh, and then commenting on that, one thing I love about Moms Who Write, besides WriterBot, um, sometimes we have conversations entirely in GIFs, like no word.
Oh,
The entire conversation is just GIFs.
I think I would
Okay,
fail at that because, like, you send me a GIF and I'm like trying to be cooler and respond with a GIF, and it takes me 5 minutes to find something, and you're like, boom, boom, boom. I don't know how you do
so
it.
my friend Jessica Guernsey, you know Guernsey, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So she sent me like a little reel or something on Instagram last week, and it talked about how much she's like, I am so grateful that potatoes are part of the world. And then I responded with four gifts. It was a boiling pot, mashed potatoes, and stewed potatoes, and then Samwise Gamgee saying potatoes. Boil them, mash them, put them in a stew.
I don't know how you do that so
All
fast.
gifts. And she's like, that is the most perfect response ever. Okay, the other site that's really fun to work with, it's called For the Words. That's the number
Yes.
four, not FOR. For the words. Um, and basically it's nothing but sprints, but your word count defeats monsters. So you're this adventurer and you gotta help, it gives you quests like, okay, I need to write 1,000 words this hour. Here's like four animals or monsters to take down to help you achieve that. Yeah.
Yeah. So,
I
and it
wish I
like
wish I had like
rewards you and
my
stuff for writing,
huh?
right?
What?
It rewards you and stuff for writing more
Yeah, so
words.
you get skins and stuff for your character,
Yeah.
which is fun. And there's also a forum on there, so you've got writer support on emotional and mental level, and you can write directly into the um
Oh, it has like a word processor kind of sort of,
yeah, there we go.
or a
So that's
rich
how
text
it keeps
editor.
track, yeah. And then you can copy that over to
Oh,
your
wow.
Scrivener or Vellum or
That kind
whatever.
of it kind of looks like Scrivener. Like that's very cool. I've looked at it a few
Or the
times
words
over
is
the years because
awesome.
some friends have used it. What?
The For the Words is awesome.
Do you use it?
I used to use it pretty heavily.
Uh-huh.
I Then I went through my writing drought and I tried doing it again, but I never really used it.
Mm.
But it is a lot of fun, I promise. It is
Yeah.
worth the
It's
I think a
be-
membership is like $70 for the year.
uh-huh.
And if you win NaNoWriMo in November, which is the National Novel Writing Contest, which is
Yeah.
available to everybody, and you win by writing 50,000 words, so everybody can be a winner.
Hmm.
Um, when you win Nano, they give out coupons to all sorts of great tools. For the Words has been one of them in the past. So definitely take advantage of that.
That is very cool. Yeah, I've had friends who've gotten over hurdles and things by using for the words.
Yeah, anything you could do to gamify a task, uh, it's gonna be a lot easier to
Well,
achieve
and
it.
that's one of your best writing tips, I think, is to that you've shared before, maybe not on the show, but with me, because I'm lucky like that and I get your wisdom, was
Ditto.
to find ways to make it happy, to
Yeah.
find ways to enjoy what you're doing. So, yeah. Anything else? My cooler.
Um, those are like the three main tools that I could think of for sprinting.
Uh-huh.
Um, I like to think even if you're like a slow typist, you should be able to get a lot of sprints. They'll go half an hour. But every 15 minutes, you should be able to get about 200 to 300 words pretty easily. Um, like even if you're a slow typist. And one way to write a book is do it like the NaNoWriMo style, where you're writing about 1,700 words a day, give or take. Um, and just dedicate like 15 minutes a day to it 4 times a day. You get your words.
Or
I mean,
even
it's math.
100 words a day
Yeah.
will
Forward is
write you a
forward.
book. It's just going to take longer. But people,
Hmm.
when they look at NaNoWriMo and they think, oh my gosh, like how can I do that? But in actuality, it is, that's a fairly average word count for the average writer. It is
Yeah.
more about how committed are you to sit in the chair? Like, and I think that word count is like 6 days a week. I don't think it's 7 days a week. Um, and I don't, at least because I usually don't calculate in Sundays. And I thought that my word count goal was like 1,700 words. So, but still, even if you work Sundays, that would mean your word count is 1,500 or so. That is a
Yeah.
doable amount.
You
And
could you could even
and then you
dedicate
discover,
like
holy cow, I could actually write a book. That doesn't mean your book is ready to
yeah,
go, like to be published. It needs now to be revised and edited and such. But in
yeah,
terms
you'd
of
be
laying
surprised
down
how fast
words,
it adds up.
yeah, you show
So,
up every
what
day and put words on a page, you will write a book.
yeah, even if you like do like okay, I need to write this much today, you divide it up into um, sprints, 15-minute sprints. Um, at the end of the day, you could say, okay, I'm gonna write like an extra 50 words so that by the weekend you can take that Sunday off.
Yeah, yeah. NaNoWriMo. And if that kind of thing works for you, they have other NaNoWriMo events throughout the year
Yeah,
for people who,
they do camp NaNoWriMo in April and June, I believe.
something
So they're
like
like
that.
you haven't heard of Camp Nano?
No, I said I'm agreeing. Like it's something like that. They've
Oh,
got two or some odd
yeah.
through the year to help you get it. Um, but I always like to say that any month is NaNoWriMo month because a ninja can write anytime, anywhere. You don't have to
Yeah,
wait for no
every month is
stinking
Nano.
NaNoWriMo. It's any month is a ninja writing month.
Hmm.
Hence NaNoWriMo.
I like it.
Yeah. um, so yeah, cool. Sprints. Neat.
Yay.
And we have talked about doing some organized sprints as part of the dojo. So I'm not sure what platform or what where and how that would look, but So stay tuned for that because we'll do something like that.
Yeah, I think we had planned to do live sprints the rest of
Yeah.
this, but both of
Oh, really?
us are
But you can't when
big.
you're on your phone. So,
Right. Yeah. Well, it's more like I can't because my head hurts and I have no logical thoughts right now.
I have no logical thoughts because my brains have been used and abused and stomped on and run through a blender and then shoved back into my head.
I'm
And
sorry.
so they're all jumbled up and going, they're intermittently freaking out. Well, they are behave my brain, and I don't know why acting as if there are multiple brains. I'm thinking of those globs that like we imagine brains being made of are currently sort of behaving like you would expect overtired children to behave. So they are 1 minute bouncing off the walls, being crazy screamers, and the next crashing asleep in their cereal. You know, like it it's like that in my brain. So it's good times. Um the words I was going to say. So um yeah. So I bought this
Ditto.
cool book off of Kickstarter. And since
No.
we're kind of sort of talking about characters this month, I can't wait to get it because it is called Tarot for Fiction Writers.
Cool.
And it teaches and talks about like spreads and using the cards for inspiration and stuff in your character creation. And I have the perfect deck for it because I have this tarot
What does
deck.
it say? I can't say it.
It says the Literary Tarot,
Cool.
and it's in a box that sort of makes it look like it's a book.
The one I
And
have the most experience with that a lot of my friends use is Cthulhu. I think that's what it's called.
uh-huh,
Cthulhu Taros. Those are really
not
cool.
sure. I don't know why I can't open this now. Oh, because I didn't remember how to open it.
Yeah.
But they're really fun cards, and like on the front, I know you can't see this, Anne. It's like a book, and all the cards are like characters from a book. Like here's the monkey king, and like oh, and here's Don Quixote as the fool.
Cool.
It's just this is just a really fun and beautiful deck. But I thought that I support way too many or just enough, I don't know, author Kickstarter things. I usually don't buy books on there, although that's having huge success. But anyway, I like having like the things I like out of the box things sometimes, like for the words, the literary, like tarot. No, you said you wanted to be in here, so be quiet. Um, Tarot for writers or different things because I mean, it's inspiration. It's fun. Like we were
Yeah.
just talking about having some fun. Sometimes if you're in a rut, I like the tactile experience of cards. So if I can also use them in my writing, then that makes me happy. So
Yeah.
hence,
Get it where you can.
yeah. Yeah. Um Xander did a really fun thing for me for Christmas. I just thought this was like one of the sweetest things ever. It came in a dragon well, just a like a sleeve box for cards, but I at first when I saw it, I thought he was giving me a deck of magic cards just
Mhm.
because even though I don't play magic, but he hand picked through decks and stuff, cards that he thought might inspire me
Oh wow.
of like, well, let me see if I can find a good one. Um, like of cool creatures or gods and stuff. Because I have seen some of his cards before, and some of them, like the monsters, the writers for Magic and League of Legends create are awesome. And so, anyways, but I just love that he, like, what a kind and awesome thing to do. Like, it's like totally, if you don't know what to get a writer, you should talk to my son Zan, because I don't know how he sacrificed or why from his decks, but because I didn't
He
want
just
to
loves you
like,
that much.
but it was so kind and thoughtful. And but it's neat, like when you are stumped, or even if you're just still thinking and processing, I can like shuffle up these cards and go through them, and something in there might spark an idea or the next trouble that I want that they could run into, or a power or gift that they might have. Like, it's just fun. It's fun to have fun. And I'm all about that. Having fun. She says, as she like really just would just go have a nap. Like, you all go have fun
Oh
without
my gosh,
me.
it sounds so good right now. I've
Tops.
been going since 2 o'clock and I'm
Oi.
still going after my eldest gets done at Taekwondo because she's having an MRI at 8:45.
Oh, is this of
So
her arm?
I have several more hours ahead of me.
Yeah. Is this of her arm?
Yeah, it's for her shoulder.
Okay. Still not better. Poor baby. And check her
She's
out.
still hurting.
Still showing up on the mat, man.
Yeah,
That's a black belt for you.
I told when it was really bad last week, I text our master and I said, "Hey, if she's um not fully doing lots of the stuff, it's because her shoulder is really bothering her. Like we're trying to get an MRI for her, and we finally did." Um, she's like, "I would never have known." She's like one tough cookie. She never says anything about it.
That's awesome. I I'm glad she tells you that stuff's hurting, because I mean that could be problematic if you have a girl, especially a girl
Yeah,
who doesn't ever complain and just allows whatever. But it's neat to hear this about her as a black belt, because we were friends when she was, left to her own devices. She might have just, I don't think she would have quit, but just stopped going. You know what I mean? And
yeah. No, she totally would have quit if I let her.
is, as we know, Anne and I, maybe you guys out there are different, but for us, it's always the starting again that's the hardest. It's
Yeah,
so much easier, whether it's in your martial arts or in your writing. That's why the everyday, or a regular weekly habit, whatever that equals in your week, is so important. And I think why so many people harp on the daily, just because it's so easy to make excuses and not show up. But
yep,
way to go, Grace, for showing up. That's very inspirational.
yeah. I took a lot of flack from my friends who like they didn't like that I wouldn't let her quit.
Hmm.
Um, and I always told her when you get your black belt, you can decide what you do with it.
Yeah,
And I expected her that she was going to be done when she got her black belt. And she's like, I think I want to go for my second degree. I was like,
actually, yeah.
what?
I mean, but you have, I mean, like your Annie and my Charlie, karate or martial arts was not the thing. And
Yeah,
we both let them quit, and I have no real regrets. I have some regrets for Charlie because he was very close, but even getting him to that very close had taken years, kind of thing. Um,
yeah.
And
I kind of regret it for Annie because she was good at it.
uh-huh.
She was great at
Charlie wasn't
sparring.
really very good at it. So,
She was great at sparring, like she medaled and she did really well at weapons too.
mhm,
And but she had to stop going because it was giving her anxiety attacks, you know.
yeah.
So, but
Yeah,
now
if
she
the
like,
cure is adding to the disease, then there's a problem.
yeah, it's supposed to help and it's not. And
Yeah.
it's funny because if she gets upset at home and throws a rage tantrum, she like eats the crap out of the walls and stuff. I say, if you want to do that, you can go back to Taekwondo. Like, I'll take you.
Yeah.
And now
Either
she's
way,
stealing,
you're either paying to fix your house or you're paying for her to pummel,
yeah, in a controlled
Johnny.
environment instead, not hurt
Yeah.
herself.
And then there's
And
people like our kids, Grace and Xander, who, because Xan also had a, interestingly, like Grace, like kind of the 6 months or so before the belt, like where the belt still, I think maybe it was further back, like maybe a year before, the belt seemed still far away to him.
yeah,
And
yeah, once she realized how close she was like, oh,
yeah, and once Ann started seriously training for his black belt, he was in. And like
yeah,
Grace, like he did
it
get
clicked.
his second degree, and he fully believed and was committed to a lifetime in the dojo.
Yeah.
Um, I mean, what a great job to have during school and everything. And so sometimes you really do have to push even when it is painful and totally feels like you should quit.
Hmm. Yeah.
Um, I think I know I've been there as a writer and on a couple different levels, like whether I was good enough reading other people's work and being depressed because I don't write like that. I'm not good like that. Um, and or not writing enough books because I can't write that fast and all of the stuff. We are an insecure bunch as a general rule. So there'll always be something that if we pay attention to it and feed it, like that whole the wolf, whatever, feeding the
Yeah.
wolf, if we spent time with it, we'll convince ourselves that that's a good reason to stop doing a thing. But I think the key is just kind of what we've been not officially, but started talking about is the having fun, finding ways to have fun with our
Yeah.
work, to mix it up, go write with friends, go on a writer's retreat, you know, lots of things you can do. In fact, Anne and I plan to host writer retreats at some point.
Yay. Yes.
Yay.
Agreed.
Like,
Yay.
where we will have, and it'll be so fun because we'll totally teach you guys how to block physical fights and stuff. That'll be
Mhm.
fun.
I
And
actually teach a class on how to write fight scenes.
so do I. Although mine is Anne teaches more the actual physical, like the blocking and the
Yeah.
and
Like
that
I
sort of thing.
teach you how to fight, and then it was funny the one time one of the times I taught this class, I got some very frustrated students. They're like, you haven't taught us anything like writing or anything. But I taught them like how to get out of a chokehold, how to throw a punch, how to, do all this stuff. And they're like, okay, now teach us how to write it. And I read them an excerpt from a fight scene in one of my books, and it was all there.
Uh-huh.
It's
Yeah.
like you have to know the physics of a fight in order to write the fight.
Yeah.
Because once you have that, you can put the emotion and intent behind each move.
Yeah. And my fight class is how to write it and sort of how to write, and I am also morphs into how to write active scenes so it's a little more grammatical or whatever. We really do need to put that class together
Yeah.
and make a mega awesome class. Um, but anyways, one day we will do this as a We'll do writing retreats, and they will be most awesome, and you will want to
Did,
come because you'll do tons of sprints and get lots of words written. You'll learn stuff from me and Anne, but it will be fun.
I
We'll have
think the Writing Gals, which is a Facebook group led by a group of ladies who call themselves the Writing Gals, they're actually doing a writing retreat cruise,
Oh,
which
are
I would
they? I
love to
love
do. That
those.
would be
That's
so cool.
Yeah, David and I, when we went on our very first and only ever cruise, we're like, this is the kind of writing retreat, we want to have. Although we were talking about like, we could go on a cruise, just the two of us, like as a writing retreat and
Hmm.
not feel bad for not participating on all the things, but get a room with a balcony and
Yeah,
just write, because you can spend that much on an actual writing
yeah.
retreat.
One of the best places to write on a cruise is just to go to the lounge when there's not shows going on. They're lit, but it's dead quiet, and the furniture is very comfortable.
I have not, I mean, on that cruise, we couldn't find any place that didn't have a lot of people. So we didn't, I mean, I don't know about that. Although I do like to go right amidst people if, I don't feel like I'm stealing a seat or
Yeah,
something and just have my headphones on and write because that's fun. But yeah, so we have big dreams for this little dojo of ours. We want to we want to make friends and influence people and
yeah.
teach y'all how to be awesome writing ninjas.
Let's get you all belted as writers.
Yep. So, more yard care, but not the ones who came last time have arrived and they're about to start trimming trees like right outside my window. And I knew they were coming today, but who comes at, like, I do not expect this sort of thing at 6 o'clock. So
Right.
I think I need to
I was
call
surprised by the MRI being at like almost 9 o'clock at night. Like,
8:45. That's crazy. So if
it's
it's
like my
okay
kids
with
are getting
you,
ready for bed at that point.
no. If it's okay with you, Anne, I would love to say goodnight.
Sure, let's bow out.
Okay.
Could I bow us out?
Yes.
All right. Here, yep. Shoulders big and tall because we are proud writers.
Mm,
Bow.
thank you. Thank you,
Yeah.
Master.
Thank you.
Thanks for
Kamsahamnida.
coming, guys, and for listening.
We'll see you next week.
Okay. Bye, everybody.
Bye.